We're going to Bosley.
I want my Lauren.
Hi. I'm Lauren. I'm supposed to interview the doctor.
Got it. You're having a consultation with him, right? 2 doors down through the main reception. I'll have someone get you.
Did you see the fish tank?
It's so beautiful.
Look, there's a clownfish back there. I love that fish. That's one of my favorite fishes. I forgot his name. I used to have that kind of fish. Hello, we're here with Dr. Deutsch at Bosley.
Hi.
In Beverly Hills, California.
Yes.
And you are a hair loss specialist.
Correct.
So really cool. I see that you were in New York originally, or because I'm from New York, so that's.
Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Queens.
I'm from Queens.
Where in Queens are you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
Me too.
No way.
Yeah. I'm so excited to talk about hair loss because I feel like my hair, I have thick hair, but it's thin. So do you have any tips for hair like that, or what do you suggest?
So typically when somebody comes in with a complaint of hair loss or thinning, we go through a consultation. We go through a history to find out if there are any factors that might be causing a hair loss. We go through a physical exam. We want to go through a family history. We want to find out if there's any things, if there are any medical problems, like thyroid problems can cause hair loss. There's certain autoimmune disorders that can cause hair loss, like lupus and things like that. It's very, very significant stress can cause it, very significant weight loss, certain medications. But most commonly what we see in both men and women is it's a genetic pattern, and it also has to do with hormones. But we also do an examination with a macroscope, which is like a magnifying scope, so we can look and see if there's any skin conditions going on, or if we can see hair miniaturizing. A lot of what we see with hair loss, it's not like your hair is coming out in clumps. That can happen, but that's a minority of what we see. Hair goes through a miniaturization phase where it starts off as a nice thick hair and successively gets thinner and thinner until it really doesn't give much of a visible impact. For men, Propecia is one of the medications that we use. For men and women, Rogaine or minoxidil is a very popular medication. It's been around for a long time. It's FDA approved. That's something that you can get over the counter, and you rub it into the scalp once or twice a day. We also have laser therapy, like low-level laser light. It has a number of diodes in it. A diode is a little light that emits a particular wavelength of light. We call it photobiomodulation or photobiostimulation, where it works to improve the microenvironment of the follicle. So it keeps the hair in a growth phase longer, so you keep the hair longer, and potentially could thicken up some of those miniaturized hair. PRP is the other adjunct. PRP stands for platelet-rich plasma. And in the scalp, what they can do is promote stem cells into the area, promote blood flow, and again, keep the hair in a growth phase longer. The process itself is pretty simple. We take a tube of blood and we spin it down in a centrifuge, and then we just re-inject it into the scalp, into the target area. We have many patients in our practice that start losing hair right after puberty, in their teens, in their late teens.
Wow.
And we do many procedures on men and women in their 20s, 30s. In women, usually we see it in their 3rd and 5th decade, so like in their 20s and their 40s. Usually that's the distribution. In men, we see it, it can start as early as 15 or 16 and progress, to 80s or 90s. Hair is an extension of the skin. You can still lose hair. It's called senile hair loss. Just as you get older, you lose some. But vast majority of what we see is, like I said, in men from hormones and genetics.
Can you catch hair loss? Like if I'm going on a date with a guy who's losing his hair, could I catch it from him?
No. There's anagen, which is the growth. There's telogen, which is arresting. There's catagen, where it's in a destructive or dying phase. And so, and those phases can exist for months or for many years.
Can you switch it? Can I be like, don't be in that phase anymore?
Well, yes. So a lot of what we see with hair loss, the hair is in a telogen phase, and you can lose it. It's called effluvium, where you lose hair loss. So most of these adjuncts that we discussed before can kickstart that hair out of the telogen phase and hopefully back into an anagen phase. So a lot of what we do is predicated on changing those phases. So our most common method and our tried and true, and really the only way to truly get more of your hair back is with hair transplantation. Okay. So Hair transplantation is not like it was 30 or 40 years ago when you see these guys walking around with plugs and it looks very obvious. As Dr. Bosley would say is, do you know how you can tell a good hair transplant?
No.
You can't.
Oh, okay.
because you won't know. It's such a good job that you won't know. But the principle behind hair transplantation is this area on the back of the head is what's called the safe donor zone.
Okay.
We know that for whatever reason, evolutionarily, the hair back there and on the sides to about the mid-ear, that hair is permanent and is not affected by the hormones and genetics that cause hair loss. So we know we can move that hair to other parts of the head, the front, the top, the back, and that hair is going to be permanent. We have two major ways of doing that, by the way. We have the traditional, which is the strip method, where we remove the hair in a strip and we sew it back together. And our techniques, by the way, are excellent. Now we can leave just a very fine scar.
So do you do that?
Yes.
Oh wow.
We do that. And then the other way is what's called FUE, or follicular unit excision, which is becoming more and more popular, particularly with guys that want to wear their hair short.
I have a friend who did it, and it changed his life, because I could tell he would do his YouTube videos and he would just always wear a hat.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden he's like without his hat, and he was just so excited. It was just really, it really changed his life.
Hair is an important thing. I mean, hair, for whatever reason, hair is associated with power, with wealth. You think of like Samson, you had the long hair. You see commercials, guys in the convertible, they're driving down with the hair. It's just, you have that association. So it really is super important. And it really does bring a lot of confidence back when men and women have their hair restored. I've had many people who have, literally been in sort of a social shell, and then after the procedure have gone out, have gone on YouTube, have put themselves on Instagram, have put themselves back into the dating pool after that. I mean, it can be a life-altering procedure. So another treatment option we offer is something called SMP, or scalp micropigmentation. Okay. People might think of this as tattooing. It's a little bit different than tattooing. What it is it's an organic pigment, and it goes very superficially in the skin. A tattoo is an ink, and it goes a little bit deeper. So what we do with this is it's tiny little dots, and what we want to create with that is the appearance of like a hair cut on surface. So there are two great applications for that. One is if you want to have your hair totally shaved and have that 5 o'clock shadow look, kind of like a Vin Diesel look. So that's something we offer. The other option is for people who have a lot of hair, but there's still a little bit of thinning, and they want to kind of fill that area in, but we can't do it with hair transplants because maybe it's just too close together or too fine a detail. We can do this SMP, or scalp micropigmentation, to give a darker contrast or less contrast between the hair and the scalp, so it looks like there's hair in the area. Now, if somebody wanted to come and do a consultation with Bosley, how much is it? Well, the consultation is free. So you can look up on our website, bosley.com. We have 70 different locations. Consultations usually last 30 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, and we'd be happy to. We'd love to have you. So I have this awesome cap at Bosley that I really want in my house. Look how cool this is, guys. So you can wear it. Can you explain what you wear it for how long? So you want to wear this for 30 minutes, 3 times a week. What it is this low-level laser light therapy, or photobiostimulation or photobiomodulation. Basically what's inside there, in this particular model, there's 164 little diodes or lights that emit a particular wavelength of light that works to improve the microenvironment of the follicle, the end result being keeping your hair in a growth phase longer, keeping it healthier, keeping it thicker, and potentially thickening up some of the little thinning hairs if you should have those. This hat is awesome, guys. You can get it online, www.bosley.com. It is great. It feels totally normal. It has 2 different sizes if you have a bigger head or a normal size head. So it's really cool. It's light, and it's just awesome. We're at the Bosley office right now, and I'm getting a special tour. I'm still wearing this hat, guys. Look how pretty. Is that Dr. Bosley right there? Back there? That is a bust of Dr. Bosley. Wow, that's so cool.
Well, the company's been around a little over like 40 years.
40 years. Yeah. And has it been in the same location, or is this a new one?
No, there used to be an older location.
Oh, nice.
This is our main office.
It's main headquarters, or?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we have offices all over the country.
And they have all of their, if they have all the products that they offer, some of the products they offer. But it's a really cool office. we see just these before and after pictures and just videos. Very, very nice office.
This is, yeah, so when you come in, this is where you're going to meet, you're going to check in. Front desk. Hi. I do have something to show you. So these are the surgical rooms.
Alright, so this is where this is where the magic happens. And you would sit here and just probably watch whatever you like to watch. I like to watch the Kardashians before I get any of my treatments done. Wow, this looks really cool.
It's open, and how you go to a lot of doctor's offices or dentists, there tend to be smaller rooms.
Yeah.
Compact, so you don't feel it's weird.
You know,
like, oh, he's right on me the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like 360 degrees.
There'll be others, so you get to hang out in here all day.
If you guys want to know more about Bosley, make sure to check out my description. I will have a special discount, a special Lauren discount if you mention me and you go into a Bosley. Thank you so much, Dr. Deutsch. So this was really cool. Make sure to follow Bosley on all social medias because they're doing some really amazing things. And losing your hair can be a huge effect on your life. It can change your whole entire life. So my hair is so important, you know.
No question. I'm telling you, we change lives here.
Thank you for doing what you do. Make sure if you have any questions, comment below and maybe we'll do a follow-up for you guys. And also make sure to like this video and send it to somebody who maybe wants to know about hair loss. Bye.
Bye.